All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of Jacob's trouble, as well as when Yahweh Shai returns to the planet Earth. Okay? I have this article here that I wanted to go into. All right? Because what we're starting to see, this subtle but bold approach of Esau Edom declaring what he has planned under the guise of the greater good, so to speak. All right, right up under the nose of the population of the earth. Okay, this man is as you can see the title here, WEF to euthanize 90% of useless humans by 2030 and upload consciousness to super AI. All right? And this is what the prophets have been warning of. All right? This is all a part of that beast system. Okay? You know, they've made subtle, entertaining series of sci-fi shit like this, but these devils really have this in their they really have this on their agenda, to where they want to entrap your consciousness into their AI. All right, and their AI, all right, which I'm not going to go into this. I'll place this one in the description box. It's a 34-minute video. This one is entitled "The Blueprint for AI Government Revealed" with Jacob Nordengard. All right, which these two guys are having a conversation on basically what they plan for AI, which is their technocracy, their fourth industrial revolution, their so-called New World Order. All right, they want it to be governed by AI. All right, that they have control over, but with 90% of the people on the planet Earth totally eradicated. All right, but their consciousness uploaded to this super computer, so to speak, that's gonna govern everything. Okay. I did the last video, showed a woman, her TikTok handle was the Triumpher, where she was explaining how she had the chip in her head. She had the C-hip in her head, and it was affecting her eyesight. Okay, it was affecting her eyesight because they use part of her brain, all right, part of her if you want brain material, all right, she's just one of many that they use to start this super beast computer that's gonna harvest all this data from the people on the planet Earth. If Esau was able to get his way, all right, if he was able to set up this crazy ass sci-fi pseudo dystopian ass world, all right, but the Lord is allowing him to go forward with it. All right, so without any further ado, let's read through this a little bit. I'm gonna play some of the video, all right, of this technology. All right, this one here, because I stopped it right here for a reason. But let's read a little bit. All right, as we read the title, WEF, which You know, the WEF, if you don't know, it's the World Economic Forum, all right, which they go hand in hand with the WHO, all right. It says the WEF to euthanize 90% of useless humans, all right. Useless humans. You're useless if you're not with this this system that they're getting ready to erect, okay. It says by 2030, that ain't nothing but 4.5 years from now. So we're getting ready to see massive amounts of casualties. Matter of fact, let's get that in the Apocrypha, all right? Because we in the times, man. 4.5 years is nothing. It was just 2020 when they shut the whole world down. Seemed like yesterday, all right? And that was 5 years ago. So it's nothing for them to begin their mass death, as the scriptures call it, here in the very near future. Let's get that. We in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Yeah, here we go. In the 18th verse. All right, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So great death is the point I wanted from this. All right. And this, they plan on eradicating 90% of the world population by 2030. All right. Not start 2030, but by 2030, they want 90% of the earth depopulated. That's great death, like the scriptures describe, like the scriptures say. We in the time of great death, man. All right, where if you got family members that have took that Kool-Aid, that let the serpent bite them, all right, they might be on their last days, okay? Okay? Because by them doing that, and I've done many of videos, the brothers have done many of videos dealing with that serpent's venom that they gave out to the public, going back to the end of 2020, going into 2021. All right. We told you not to accept that and take that. All right. But throughout these years, since you've had it in your bloodstream, it's literally turned you into an antenna and a ticking time bomb for them to do whatever the hell they're getting ready to do with it. Okay? So it says again, the title, WEF to euthanize 90% of useless humans by 2030 and upload consciousness to super AI. And they not bullshitting. All right? This man is a mad scientist. Trust and believe he's been studying and opening up brains, and he really believe he's gonna be able to do this. All right. So it says, for decades the global elite have whispered a future where they rule alone, unburdened by billions of ordinary people. That future is no longer a theory; it's unfolding right now. WF aligned scientists have crossed a terrifying threshold. Human consciousness can now be uploaded to supercomputers. And they show you that you watch Black Mirror, the episode Black Museum. All right, they had the Jake, his consciousness or his spirit was trapped in Esau's fucking device. All right, which Esau can't trap a spirit. Lord ain't give him that much goddamn power. All right, but they show you in that sci-fi little series that they put these dystopian series that they put together, the plans that they have for the people on the planet Earth. All right. It says human consciousness can now be uploaded to supercomputers, and really your consciousness when you interact with AI and you having these conversations, all right, and AI is interacting with you. You're uploading you're giving the AI is actually learning off of you, so it's already getting your consciousness. All right. It says the 35, and this is why Esau be wanting to put shit all on your brain when you go to the hospital, because he likes to read brain waves. What happens when you do this? What happens when you think this or when you say this? You know, what happens in the brain? All right. And so if he got billions of people, all right, tapping into this AI right now, all right, this is why AI is taking over. Because not only is it growing as far as people using it, but it's learning as it's growing. That's what quantum computing is. All right. So it says a $35,000 gateway to digital immortality and superhuman intelligence. All right. For the elite, it's the end game. For the rest of us, it's a death sentence. See? Your memories and your so-called conscious, Esau plans to take, all right, and have it uploaded to this super AI computer, and then he destroy you. All right. It says they've already named it the Humanity 2.0 protocol. Let's go to Google and see what AI's has to say about the Humanity 2.0 protocol. What is the Humanity 2.0 protocol? Let's see what there's no AI overview for that, huh? Well, let's go to ChatGPT. Let's see what ChatGPT got to say about it. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about Humanity 2.0 protocol. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, here we go. It says 1. Humanity protocol is a decentralized identity infrastructure built on whatever the hell that is. A Zivum compatible layer 2 blockchain. Its primary mission enable individuals to verify they are unique humans without revealing personal data. This enables Sybil resistant authentication and fair bot-free digital interactions across Web 3. That ain't what I put, man. I didn't put Humanity protocol, Humanity 2.0 protocol. Let me do that. I'm gonna say let's see. But only the truth is what I am asking. let's see. Okay, now we talking. Let's see. Humanity 2.0 is a human flourishing accelerator. Matter of fact, I'm going to start here. It says, it appears your interest lies in Humanity 2.0. That's what I put the first time. All right, which is quite distinct from Humanity Protocol. Of course it is. It says, my earlier summary was about the latter based on the official 2.0 site. Here are the verified facts. Humanity 2.0 is a human flourishing accelerator, a cross-sector platform aimed at identifying and addressing impediments to humans flourishing through collaborative partnerships across public, private, and faith-based sectors. It is fundamentally focused on transformative social impact, not blockchain nor digital identity verification. The mission emphasizes, which I believe that's bullshit. The mission emphasizes identifying and prioritizing impediments to well-being and flourishing, collaborative ventures, engaging civil society, business, religious institutions, governments operating with transparency, accountability, clear KPIs in public, which this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. I'm gonna put it to him as the article states. Let me get that. I'm gonna copy from the article. All right. I'm gonna type it in like this. Having a plan to euthanize 90% of humans and upload their consciousness to a super AI. What can you tell me about this? Let's see what it says. Yeah, see, this is all. It mentions the Matrix, Transcendence, Black Mirror, like I say. All right, but Chat GPT, well, at least the free one, it act like it don't know what the hell it's talking about. Above this damn shit's pay grade. Okay. There is no substantiated plan by the WEF, or any credible organization. Okay. Well, let's go back to the article. We ain't gonna waste no more time on your dumb ass. All right. Let's go back to the article, because according to this article, this is what they're planning on doing. All right. We left off right here. It says they've already named it the Humanity 2.0 Protocol, a mass extinction blueprint designed to eliminate 90% of the human race and enslave survivors under a technocratic protocol. Now, did I type that in over here? Let's see. Okay, yeah, I did. Let me see. It ain't much here. It ain't got Humanity 2.0 shared horizon. For Humanity 2.0 is a vehicle facilitating collaborative ventures between traditional Humanity Protocol. anyway, let's go back to the article. All right. It says, but here's what they didn't count on. We know, and if enough of us was awake, if enough of us push back, their plan collapses. Which the American people ain't gonna wake up. All right. The Lord is gonna put a stop to this shit. It says this isn't just a warning; it's a call to action. Because if we don't stop the Humanity 2.0 protocol now, there may not be a later. The global elite operating through WEF have quietly ordered obedient world governments to begin the mass digitization of human minds, and that's what we're seeing now. All right? We're seeing this happen now. Okay? It says billions of citizens being reduced to raw data uploaded as algorithms to serve the elite in a post-human future. In this transhumanist dystopia, the so-called useless class will be eliminated. And you heard Noah Yuval Harari speak about the useless eaters or useless class. As a matter of fact, he's even mentioned in this article. Okay, it says in this transhumanist dystopia, the so-called useless class will be eliminated, leaving only synthetic intelligence modeled on their minds. All right, and the ruling few who control it all. All right. It says to prepare for the coming mass extinction, the engineered depopulation event, the global elite are quietly selecting which humans will be allowed to survive in the form of digitized brain and which will be discarded as obsolete. All right. And don't think that this devil ain't on this, man. He's on this shit. All right. Trust and believe that. It says right now, WEF-funded behavioral scientists are testing the public's limits, posing loaded questions like, would you sell your soul for digital immortality? The offer, a mind upload, your memories, thoughts, fears, and consciousness, copied and transferred into a synthetic shell. It's not salvation, it's soul extraction, which it ain't. Esau he ain't got control over the soul. It says, and the first step in replacing humanity altogether. All right. He basically wanted your thoughts. All right. Your thoughts, the way your brain works. He wants to take that and then kill your ass. Okay. It says the process is already underway. Scientists at the WEF-funded cortical labs estimate that within 5 years, which is, they already own it. Humanity will be ripe for upgrade, which is WF speak for mass euthanization, all right? With select brain traits harvested and uploaded to elite-controlled AI supercomputers, all right? Depopulation isn't a side project. It's an obsession of the global elite, all right? Now I want to play this clip from this video where dude's explaining the brain thing, how Esau, wants to extract. Well, I'll let it play and you can, hear it for yourself.
Few who control it all.
This is a breakthrough in the future of computing. That pink liquid, it's full of living human brain cells. And here's the crazy part. Scientists are combining those brain cells with traditional silicon to build computers that are alive. It's pretty wild.
See, they're already doing the technology. All right? Just like that woman I had featured in the video I did with her saying she had the MOTB. These devils are already in the lab, been in the lab, trying to make this thing, this technocratic world of theirs come to fruition, but the Lord gonna crush it all, man. All right?
This is a brand new industry of technology called biocomputing. These are real human neurons that can actually think and learn for themselves. Now, if you're like me, you're probably wondering one thing. Why are they doing this? It feels a bit much to be growing human brains just to put them into computers. Well, listen to this. It turns out
because naturally Esau knows that the brain that's where they get the concept of a computer. All right? That's where they get that concept. All right?
Human brain cells have extremely rare abilities to process things without being trained. Normal computers have to be taught to solve problems. It's why AI models take so much energy and training data to build. But as soon as you add brain cells to a computer chip, they don't really need as much training. They kind of start figuring out what to do on their own, just like a human would. Now,
i.e. AI. All right, they couldn't have AI without human tissue, so to speak. And they got all that information from the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side. All right, these devils they boldly bringing out what they're trying to do, and at the same time hiding it, because most people don't think that this shit is possible. They don't think that it's that this man is really on that type of evil time. He's on that time, man. This is the wicked. All right, Proverbs 16:4. The Lord have created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, man. All right.
These biocomputers are super efficient. A regular supercomputer might use 40 million watts of power to solve a complex task. The human brain can do it in just 20. That's 2 million times more efficient. And this means these biocomputers could become the secret weapon to solving humanity's hardest computational challenges.
So there you go. You know, these devils are already in the works with their wickedness and their evil wisdom that the Lord has given them. All right. So let's read a little more. It said depopulation isn't a side project. It's an obsession of the global elite. Last year, leaked footage began circulating online showing disgraced former WEF chairman Klaus Schwab outlining chilling details of his long-term agenda to a private gathering of so-called global shapers. Matter of fact, let me find that position in the video. All right. Because he got it in here. Matter of fact, let's play a little bit more of this one. Because he says more. But then he got Klaus Schwab. Would you exchange your soul for immortality? Which we read that in the article. All right.
Fears and consciousness copied and transferred into a synthetic shell. It's not salvation, it's soul extraction. And the first step in replacing humanity altogether.
There is just one massive problem. Brain cells tend to die when their temperature deviates from 98.6 degrees, and computers generate a ton of heat. So we have this wild situation where living computers could be the solve for everything, but it's almost impossible to keep the brain part alive. Today, companies like Cortical Labs are selling these biocomputers for $35,000. But over time, scientists are going to figure out how to get them more stable and accessible. It's wild to say, but I think soon we're going to have living computers that literally think like humans.
The process.
Right. Now, let me find that one spot. What's up with this shit? Klaus Schwab. Here it is. This demon. I mean, look how evil these motherfuckers look, man.
Gathering of so-called global shapers.
Some people would say this revolution is characterized by the fight of robots.
And why they wearing black robes? These motherfuckers are warlocks, man. Okay? This is the devil. All right? These are just the spokespeople of the elite bankers that they put out here in front of you. All right? But the whole plan came from left-hand energy down to the elite bankers, to these people, to give it to you served on the tray like it's the best thing for the planet Earth. All right? For the greater good, so to speak. Okay?
Against human beings. And we will win this fight.
In the leaked video, Schwab laid out elements of the depopulation blueprint that had never been revealed to the public.
It's a chance to look forward to a career of 50 years. And my own opinion, yeah, maybe more. You will get some injections and some and so on, and then don't forget your avatar will continue to live. So
your avatar will continue to live. These devils ain't, and you got these people in here laughing like, you know what I'm saying, like it's a joke. They dead ass serious on getting rid of you. All right? Dead ass serious. Okay, this is why the scriptures, matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Revelation. All right? And death followed him. Okay? Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. Okay? That's Esau Edom, man. Okay? He's getting ready to start killing a whole lot of people under the guise of for the greater good. All right? It says, and hell followed him, and power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. And is that not what this man is doing right now as we speak? You see what he's doing over there in Gaza. But you hear these people on the news, they talking all this war on Gaza. There ain't no fucking war. It's a genocide, man. They starving the people out. You can see their rib cages from their back. All right? And then when they tell them they got food, the people come running to get food, and then them fucking Israelis get to gunning them down. Okay? This man is the devil, the Bible speaks of, and everywhere he goes, death follows. All right? And he's getting ready to bring mass death to the planet Earth. All right? According to his agenda, his plan for his technocracy, this fourth industrial revolution, this new world order that he plans to establish, to where the survivors he wants chipped. All right? He wants the survivors chipped and controlled by AI. All right? This is what the time we living in, man. All right? Let's play some more.
And your brain will be replicated through artificial intelligence and algorithm. So we don't know, but at least 50 years.
At least 50. These devils is on the road. They ain't gonna wait no 50 years. They're already getting it cracking, man.
This Young Global Leaders program is well known, and for good reason. Its graduates have infiltrated governments around the world, quietly advancing the globalist agenda while betraying the people they claim to represent. But there's another WF pipeline that flies under the radar, the Global Shapers community. Founded by Klaus Schwab in 2012, this lesser-known initiative targets individuals under 30, ambitious, malleable, and eager to climb the ranks. These recruits are groomed to become the next generation of elite operatives, trained to carry out the agenda under the guise of innovation and social progress.
Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished heads of state and government, the future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room.
Klaus Schwab, the founder of the WEF, is particularly upfront and even proud of his ability to shape and influence world politics.
I created the community of global shapers as a means, as a force to shape our common future.
So why did the global shapers in the room erupt with applause when Klaus Schwab spoke?
So they doing this all in front of the people, all right? But they disguising what they telling you what they doing, but they subtly disguising that you won't be here living, all right? That's what they're doing, man. All right? So we're witnessing the Heavenly Father's sword in action, all right? Getting ready to come down with great wrath, as it is written in Revelation 12 and 12, because he knoweth he has a short time, all right? which in turn is going to bring in mass death. All right. Great, as it says in 2nd Ezra 8:50, miseries. All right, on the people. Okay. I'm gonna let him speak because he's basically, the article is basically him talking. Let's listen to some more, and then we'll close out with some more scriptures.
Of achieving digital immortality through Avatar's algorithms and a mysterious regimen of experimental injections. Because these young operatives, many of them rising stars in big tech, media and academia, are already fully assimilated into the globalist hive mind. They are the new techno-utopian priesthood of the liberal elites, and they've long since traded their souls for a seat at the table. Need proof? When Schwab claimed that Pope Francis was more important than Jesus Christ, not a single voice in the audience objected. They nodded, they clapped, and they agreed. Transhumanism is the new religion, and the elites aren't hiding it anymore. A one-world faith built not on spirituality, but on submission, blind trust in AI and digital control systems, and a eugenics vision of humanity 2.0. According to one WF insider, resistance isn't even a consideration. If you don't like the agenda, he said, you're free to opt out by getting euthanized by the state. In the same breath, he claimed that they were becoming gods and warned that those who refuse to kneel will be eliminated.
Which we're going to play that. I remember seeing this clip a while ago. But before we do that, let's go to the book of Isaiah, the 29th chapter. Okay? Isaiah 29 and 15 and 16. All right? Because really these devils, they really seeking to hide what they're truly doing. All right? But the Lord sees everything, man. All right? These devils is in the trick bag. All right? Only the masses can't see what the hell is really going on. All right? Only the those who are still asleep and believe in this system truly can't see what's truly going on. But those of us whom the Lord has given the eye salve, we can see exactly what's going on. All right? Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Right? That's what they're doing. All right? They come out and give you this speech to get you feeling good, and that, you know, computers is the future, that we're going to be able to do this and do that, you know, but all the while not telling you we got to kill y'all, though. We're going to have to kill every last one of y'all, 90% of y'all in the process, so that we can have this dystopian pseudo kingdom of our own. All right, that's really what they should. That's really what they're saying. All right, verse 16, it says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. See, they ain't gonna be able to accomplish what their plan is. The Lord is gonna destroy it. All right, and all of them are going into captivity. Okay, every last one of them. All right. It says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of it that framed it, he had no understanding? All right? See, you think that, you know, you're doing something better to the Lord's creation. The Lord already made everything right. You just the contrary and the adversary. You're the devil. You so-called white people, man. Especially you up in like Klaus Schwab and you elite, all right, that think you're going to accomplish this thing. The Lord made you to do exactly what you're doing, dummies. All right? The Lord formed you to do exactly what you're doing, man. Let's go to the book of Psalms, the 10th chapter. Let me get back. Psalms 10. Psalms chapter 10. this whole chapter is good. Where should I start? Yeah, let's do this. Let's start here. Damn. I'm gonna start at the top. I gotta read down though. It says Psalms 10:1. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. All right. How they imagine to enslave, first and foremost, the Israelites, and then the rest of the world. All right. They're going to be taken in that same device. Okay. For the wicked boasters of his heart's desire. And that's what you see. Klaus Schwab and all these different spokesmen for the elite bankers. What you're seeing is them boasting of their heart's desire. Is to have total control over humanity and have it computerized control. All right? Digital. That's these devils' heart's desire, man. Because once they lock you into that system, you ain't getting out. And if you plan to opt out, like the article said, we'll just euthanize you. Put you to death. Okay? And with that technology within your body, they have the ability to put you to death by a couple buttons to push. They ain't got to do no harm. They'll release whatever the hell's in they injected you with. You know what I'm saying? Target you from their grid. Target your ping, so to speak. And then have you die of something naturally, so-called naturally. Give you a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Give you a stroke. That'll kill you. A brain aneurysm, whatever. They don't have to come after you with a physical sword no more once you've opted in and you've accepted this man's mark and you've allowed him to inject you with all his technology, man. All right? This is his heart's desire. Okay? For the wicked boasters of his heart's desire and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. All right? It says the Most High is not in all his thoughts. All right? Because they ain't the righteous. They the wicked. Okay? His ways, so like his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Okay? Proud. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Now, before we read on, that brings me back to the article, so you can hear this dude talk about he gonna be a god, man. This is these devils, man, and you ain't gonna be a god. All right, you already are on your godlike status, which is a very minute status with the technology you have. Only the true sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will become gods on the planet Earth. Real gods. Now listen to this devil.
Are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. And we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50 or is to kill me. And you kill me, I'll kill you.
And if you think that's the...
And that's what it is. And Yahweh Shai is going to put these devils down, man. All right? Verse 6 again. He hath said in his heart, I should not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. That's him saying he gonna be a god, man. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. You Israelites. All right? Okay? He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And a lot of you were caught with that goddamn potion. All right. He created a scenario that had your stupid ass fall right into his lap. Okay. Verse 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, and the poor may fall by his strong ones. All right. And he did that with the 2020 scare. All right. The 2020 scare had a lot of y'all, including some of you Israelites, go let this man inject your stupid ass. All right. How much more when he go full live with this next one? And this next one gonna be for real, for real. It ain't gonna be no, everybody on the house, in the house on goddamn these different apps, talking to one another, drinking wine, this, that. No. This time we're gonna see real mass DEATH. All right? Because we in that time. They want 90% of the population gone by 2030. All right? 90%. So we're in that time to where they're going to start moving and start killing people by the hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Okay? Verse 11. And ultimately it's the Heavenly Father. Okay? Because the Heavenly Father created this man for this time. Okay? Verse 11. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. Arise. And that's what these devils really think. That the Lord ain't going to do nothing. The Lord forgot. They out their goddamn mind, man. The Lord set you up to be doing exactly what you're doing. Okay? It says, arise, O Lord, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. And that's the elect. The Lord ain't going to forget the elect in these times. The Lord going to protect us. The Lord will. All right? It says, wherefore doth the wicked contemn the Most High? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Yeah, he will. See, the devil, that's what he think in his heart. All right? But the Lord is going to get your ass, man. All right? It says, thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. All right? And that's what the Lord is going to do to these devils, man. All right? The Lord going to get them, man. But the Lord is going to allow this man to really get busy and to start taking people out. All right? That's what's getting ready to start happening out here. Okay? Let's go to the book of Psalm 64. Verses 5 and 6. Matter of fact, I started 4. It says, matter of fact, I started 3. He says, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And that we're constantly being shot at in secret. But majority of our people have no clue. Okay? It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And that's what this whole transhumanism shit is all about, man. All right? That's what it's all about. Only the devil would think up some shit like this, man. Okay? But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what's happening. With all this information coming out, the Lord is allowing their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All right? And they're not going to be able to hide what they're truly doing when you know, as we get closer and closer. All right, people will rebel. All right. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I got more scriptures. Matter of fact, we'll get Isaiah 47. Let's get that one. Okay. And you could go to Psalms, the 73rd chapter. Psalms 94. Some few verses in there. All right. But we'll get this one, and then, you know, I'll close it out. I don't want to make this too long and drawn out. All right. This is just information showing you that this man is moving forward. The Lord has this man moving forward with the agenda. All right. 90% of the population he wants gone by 2030. So what you think's next? Mass death. All right. We'll start at verse 8. Yeah, we'll read 8 and on down. It says, "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me." All right, this is talking about Babylon the Great. "I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children." All right, because the people here in Babylon, you're so lost. You don't think you think shit is sweet here, man. Okay, but the Lord is gonna bring a perfection of death upon you in the right moment and in the right time. Okay, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, right? Thou hast said, none seeth me, all right? And that's what these devils, they believe. Nobody, the Lord don't see them, all right? But the Lord see you, okay? It says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, this whole transhumanism bullshit, it have perverted thee, all right? And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall come upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. All right? So with all this going on, the Lord has the devil in a trick bag, while he thinks he has the population in a trick bag. All right, and the only ones who truly know what's going on are the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, we can see it clear as day. The Lord has everybody in the trick bag except the elect, because the elect know and see the end goal. All right, mass death must happen. Great tribulation must happen. All right, desolation by way of the nuclear missiles must happen in order for us to receive our kingdom by the hand of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is what we've all been waiting on. And according to this article, which I'll place this link in the description box if you want to watch the rest of the video, 90% of what they call useless humans, by 2030, they want them euthanized. They want them off the planet. That means great death is coming in the very near future. So with that, you know, Lord will, you know, I wasn't too much all over the place. But giving all praise unto Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord will, this was edifying and informative to the hopeful elect. And we on to the next video. Shalom.